I just want to check in, guys. Hey, welcome to the channel. It's your boy Cutting That Smith. As you can see, I'm out here walking, trying to get these gains in, to get these steps, stay healthy, stay motivated. Don't forget to check out your boy on this 30-day weight loss challenge, the official weight loss challenge by the cuttingseason.com. Link will be in the description below. But let's talk about this Arnold Classic, man. This Arnold Classic has been amazing so far. As you can see, my guy Sampson has won his first Arnold Classic victory in Open. We all know Ramon was going to take that Classic Physique champion. Laura Lapados, I believe that's her name. She won the bikini amazing physique. She showed up, showed out. But it's always kind of that top three. Maureen, I think she showed up pretty good, but something was off on her physique to me. Like I say, I'll go in more depth about that. I just want to insert this video real quick. But the Arnold Classic, man, for me, in my eyes, is doing more than for the athletes than Olympia. I hate to say it. Arnold, I give him all the props in the world. And just look at the production, man. Gilco Productions is amazing, man. So shout out for them, man, for doing the work they got to. Like I said, all these videos y'all gonna see me put in this video is courtesy of them. Gilco Productions, buys and tries on IG. Y'all make sure you follow them, support them on their journey. We wouldn't be able to have bodybuilding, see these 3D pictures, get these up and close interviews, stuff like that, without these guys supporting bodybuilding and fitness and health. That's just a fact. But just look at the Arnold. Hats off to him, man, for putting in the work that's needed to promote bodybuilding, to promote these athletes, to help them boost their brands, because it's all about a team effort. That's what I'm always about. Even though some of the athletes showed up and they wasn't at their base, on my channel, you ain't gonna never hear me disrespect athletes, talk down about them, saying they're out of the game, because it's ultimately life. Every journey is hard for these guys. Just think about that. Big Ramy, he's not out. If he want to compete, he can compete until he decide. Look at his physique. I don't think, personally, in my eyes, he got a chance to showcase what he has when he got on the stage, because his physique is great. I mean, nobody on that stage still had more muscle than him. He still was, and he was in shape. The little flaws that they said that he had, I guess, at the Olympia pretty much was gone. And he showed up to me saying, hey, I'm still here. I'm not going nowhere. One showing at a Mr. Olympia, yeah, he dropped, but the judges judged what was there at the time. So I think that was the best judging Olympia that we done ever seen in the last couple of years. No politics, nothing at it. Do I think, I keep hearing a lot of questions about him not showing up. It might have had a small part to play. Like I say, the judges are human, but do I think it it affected where his placing was at Olympia? I don't think so. He had the dents. He didn't look his best, and I think that's because the hours. It was too long. Now, what I think they can fix with the Olympia is all the athletes they had in there. I don't think you need to cut shows out and stuff like that, because it's about the athletes. Do like the Arnold Classic. Do a whole week. You got to think, the Arnold has the Arnold Amateur and stuff like that. I myself personally was going to do that show before they canceled it. Then Arnold came back later and says, it was a miscommunication on one of his team member part. And you know Arnold, man, he's not going to blame nobody. But he said that what it was about. It was always about the amateurs getting into the rankings, you know, doing the things. You got to think, without the Arnold Amateur last year, your boy who showed up and showed out, andrewjacked, he wouldn't be here now. So it is about the amateurs. You know, they make money from the amateurs and the expo and all this and that to pay the athletes. Besides the sponsors, you know, the diligence and the hard work and the money they put into the athletes, that's a different thing. To sponsor these shows and stuff like that, big business, they're already in it. So we all know what goes on behind the scenes. Or maybe you don't know, but myself being in the industry, or behind the scenes in the industry, I know what goes on. Like I said, I'm 43 now, man. So it's all about getting in shape, staying fit, staying healthy, for the long haul. So I never judge nobody for doing what they got to do, whether you're naturally enhanced, whatever the case. You got it's up to a choice for you. I chose my route years ago, military brat, stuff like that. So I'm always was being tested and monitored, and I didn't think about it. I think now it's a new age. So like if you like me, old school, you didn't think about using any kind of antibiotics coming up because that wasn't the thing. You know, I knew I was going to go military. I knew my stepdad was a bodybuilder, stuff like that. So it didn't cross my mindset, but that was me. I'm raised old school. So I had a different outlook and upbringing. I didn't care about fast money or whatever the case, or what we perceived as shortcuts when working out. But it just wasn't talked about. It wasn't a big thing like it is now. Now I'm doing coaching and stuff like that, and I do coach some women, some men, and normally I'm, as like say, a certified nutritionist. I focus more on the nutrition side of workouts and plans and stuff like that, and finding out more of my women was taking more antibiotics than the men. I reached out to a couple other women, and y'all know I talked to vitamin C pretty much a couple times and stuff like that. She trained at a Mad House gym in Georgia, where I generally train at, and she's just she's pretty much my favorite female athlete in any sport of all time so far. The grace, if you're trying to compete, this woman, that's who you need to model, and she's still young. The stuff she's doing behind the scenes and for bodybuilding as far as women empowerment is amazing. So like I say, everybody do what they can, and that's all you got to just keep doing, man. You never judge nobody, you never put these guys down because it's hard work. Stress, life, just imagine your own life now. Now, your work life schedule, stuff like that. Now you throw in bodybuilding on top of it, traveling, staying in hotel rooms. Like let's go to Sampson. When he first came in, I think pandemic just hit before he was going to take off. He was stuck in a hotel room, I think, for a month. Still showed up on stage, and he looked good, but he didn't look his best. You think you're doing body weight workout, stuff like that, you can't eat your meals for over a month, and I think his wife was generally training him. You know, it was just a tag team off of that. Your partner, he looked at her, she was a great eye coach for him, and it worked for years. When he got my guy Mad Dog, started training and working with him and stuff like that, then he started to succeed. So one of his biggest shows going into it, his coach passed. So y'all got to think about it. Him, Sean Carita, all these guys, man, they made a lot of sacrifices with families. Your time about, if you compete, you don't compete, you man, women, whatever. You know how hard it is if you're trying to get into bodybuilding, the lifestyle, the trying to find work-life balance. You're trying to find the right time to eat your meals, because bodybuilding is the amateur. It's not like the pros. You still got to work. You still got to do a lot of stuff that you don't even think about it coming to play, especially if you got a relationship. It just make it 10 times harder because your spouse is not going to understand the mission or the goal that you're trying to achieve when it comes to bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is perceived as a selfish sport, as they say, but it really ain't, because most bodybuilders, especially if they're in relationships, they have kids, are doing it for their families. They're doing it to make a better lifestyle for their family. They're trying to make their brand bigger so they can reach bigger and better things, but it's still ultimately at the end of the day it's for their family. That's what all of us want to do. Provide for our family, have a longevity. We don't want to be rich, famous, or none of that stuff like that. Me as an ex-professional football player, man, I done seen a lot of stuff, and there's always a price for fame. That's just the bottom line. The world we live in now is judgmental, the cancel culture, the agendas, whatever you want to claim it. It's a lot of stuff that goes in it. And me being in the acting world and stuff like that, I done made a decision that I'm probably never going to act again, just because of certain things that I don't like. And being a spiritual guy, I'm not going to sacrifice my morals just for fame and fortune. That's just never gonna happen. It ain't happening in football. I don't do racism. I don't do politics. I don't do a lot of stuff like that. So I'm comfortable with it, and I live with those decisions. But like I said, these guys, if you think about going into peak week, going into any show, it's hard. Emotionally, your body is physically drained. You haven't ate in months. Now you're on a restricting diet, and they probably ate. I say probably that last month is the hardest because your calories really gonna deplete. But you still got to do the work. You still got to work out. You still got life. You got kids, family, everything else, businesses, whatever you got in your life, you still have that going on. But they got to keep pushing. I think my guy Earth, I'll try to put that clip in there. They just released a clip. I think I seen it on Buys and Tries Instagram, that he was in the emergency room a couple days before the Arnold. And that's just come to say, that makes my job as a nutritionist now, I'm getting into the holistic healing, that any bodybuilder, this sport is dangerous in that way, because during peak week, doing that low calorie intake that your body going through, it makes your body, your immune system is weak. So don't never let nobody say it's healthy. Anytime you deplete yourself to that extent, the leaner you are, the more exposed your body is to the surroundings. And we all know the food is not really made for us. That's what's hurting us more than anything else. Most of our foods in our country, if you're in the U.S. or not, it's banned in other countries. So it speaks for itself. I ain't gonna go into the conspiracy theories and stuff like that. That's on a different channel, that mindset. But this coming from somebody who worked for the government, worked in the military, DOD, DOS, for over 25 plus years, man. Fitness, health, nutrition, that's a part of my life. Law enforcement was the other part. Like I say, I'm just still doing something part-time, but I just retired from Georgia Bureau of Investigations as Director of Security. And y'all got to think, when the pandemic, all that other stuff hit, I was coordinating stuff with them, with the CDC and all this other stuff. But like I said, I done talked about this stuff over and over. If not, you can research it for yourself. Just see what we had going on. But yeah, it was a whole different ball game, man. So, but it's life, it's longevity, it's connections, it's teamwork. That's why I love bodybuilding and fitness. It's a whole lot of stuff, man, that we often tend to forget, that as human beings, we don't want to be criticized or put down when you done put and sacrifice your time, which we often don't even think about when you're doing, say, a bodybuilding or getting ready for a competition. It's a lot of hard work and time that you don't get back. Men or women, I've seen a lot of people talking about it. Anabolics in women, it's hard on their bodies because they are emotional beings. They got hormones, they got this and that, and they are, it's just harder on their physique. So any client or stuff like that I coaching, generally I don't get in too much of what they do with antibiotics, but if I notice some side effects occurring, I just tell them, hey, get your blood work checked. Then I ask them, hey, if you're sweating, your heart is racing, and we ain't even gotten into the workout, it's a problem for me. I'm not gonna train you. I'm gonna send you to seek medical advice. I'm gonna tell you to talk to your doctor, even because that's just not healthy. If you're having side effects and you haven't been doing nothing, that is dangerous. Your life is in danger. So I just try to tell them, hey, I know you like bodybuilding. I know you got goals you want to achieve. I know it's something that means a lot to you, because a lot of people do have self-esteem issues. They have other issues that they're trying to compensate with when it comes to bodybuilding and fitness. Even though it doesn't seem like that, because y'all see, I do classic physique. I did try men's physique, but I really can care less about men's physique. It's just something about the shorts, and it's not posing. I don't think it's designed for you to show yourself at the best. When it first came in, maybe because it was about the beach body look, and I get it, the model type, and it was okay. but it's not for me. That's not what I like to do. I don't want to pose. I grew up on watching bodybuilding itself. I just don't want to be in that bikini. I can tell you that now. I just don't want to be in that bikini. I like classic. I like classic physique. I like wrestling. I did love wrestling coming up. So, you know, anything tight, spandex, even though they changed up the shorts now, I can deal with it. I can work with it. You know, that's just my lane. But I love bodybuilding. I love health. I love fitness. Like I said, I've been training over 25 plus years. So I claim that, hey, I never met nobody. I don't train Olympic athletes, power lifters, bodybuilders, male, women, track runners, you name it. I done trained so many people that I haven't met one person yet that I couldn't make their workout better or break them doing that workout to make them push themselves to the max limit. That's just the signs of a good trainer. That's not bragging. That's not none of that. I know my gifts. I know my talents. And this is what I've been put on this earth to do, help people get healthier, whether it's nutrition, whether it's coaching, motivating, whether it's actually hands-on physical training. That's it. If I did have a situation where I can go hands-on, I'd love to do it. But like I said, times have changed. I don't have my own gym like that no more. I have my private gym, which is at my house. I built my basement out during the pandemic for working out, so I wouldn't have to go through that. Madhouse Gym is close to me in Georgia, which is a monster. I was looking to buy a gym before all this stuff transpired, and now the world how it's looking now, except the fact that that's probably never going to happen, because it's never going to be the same like it is before pre-pandemic. They already said that. You can clearly see it. Everything else is increasing. Besides people's salaries, your money is decreasing. That's just a fact. So I try to take all that stuff into account. Use my common sense. Use what I think is going to happen. And I always use my intuition, man. Like I said, I've been a spiritual guy. I've always been self-aware. Now I'm on trying to get my higher consciousness ready. And just get in tune with this life, making positive connections with people, assisting them on their journey, and just talking a lot more. You know, that's just it. We all have our passions. Even though I tell people all the time, my wife, she's the talker in the relationship. She always say I can talk about stuff, and I pretty much can. And when it comes to health, fitness, nutrition, I can talk all day about it. I can debate anybody about techniques, what's good for you and what's better for you, this and that, meals, diets, keto, you name it. I can talk all day about it, because nobody is the same. So it's no perfect diet. I don't care what they say. It's no diet that's kind of better than the other, unless you go into that spiritual realm. Now, I just try to, anything I learn new, especially like this holistic healing, I come up with a new phrase. I'm going into anything, like it's military training, whatever else, with a fresh mindset. I kind of throw out any knowledge that I knew, or I try to accept it like I'm a newbie. Like I don't know anything that I did before. And that always kind of works with me, because now you're starting to take in more knowledge. So with that, man, it's been amazing. I think I've been eating meat over 40 years, 41 pretty much years as a meat eater. And my body, I got to say, I probably took it in to absorb and stuff like that, and it worked for me. But now getting at this age, I think I wasn't monitoring it. Like I said, I ain't always been in nutrition. I ain't always monitored my body. I ain't always knew my body, what I want to do, just like anybody else. Now I'm more self-aware. The older you get, the wiser you get. You hear it all the time. So I take notice in all this stuff. I know every year it's harder for you to get in shape. Every year it's just a little bit harder. If you're already in decent shape, it's okay, but it's still harder for you. So you hear people always say at the time, hey, yeah, you do transformations all the time. It's easy. It's never easy. You're still putting in the time, effort, the hard work. You just got to remember, every year we get older, our body loses some kind of steam, some energy, some way to push Especially now you throw into the food that's not made to really keep your nutritional levels up. It's not made to heal your body. Now you throw in the processed foods, the fats, the carbs, all this other food that's not made to keep us healthy into the equation, and it makes it that much more difficult. We ain't even mentioning sleep, work, balance. You know, the older you get, the more sleep you need to recover. But at this age, like I say, a month and some change in, I don't even know if it's a month and a half yet, my body is starting to recover faster than it did 10 years ago. Just say I was 10 years younger, and that's because of the plant-based diet that I'm on. And that's just a fact. I use my Fitbit tracker, and like I said, my resting heart rate is decreased. I'm looking better, face is slimmer, but my weight is still almost currently the same weight. And that's with, you know, portion control. Like I say, I'm kind of compensating now with the foods, because plant-based, you can require less food to keep your levels up than you did without it. So now I don't need a whole cup of rice, a whole cup of this and meat and stuff like that. The only thing comes into play is you got to play around with your protein intake. Like I said, I got a company I work with for supplements to get my protein intake, which is generally pea protein, rice protein, and other plant-based protein. You can get the protein, but it is going to be kind of, some plant-based proteins, the calorie intake is going to be different. So you got to play around with that. But like I say, this is what I do. But my body is requiring less food to operate. Getting less sleep and getting healthier along the way. You know, so let's go ahead into this Arnold Classic, man. It's probably going to be a longer video. I might just chop it up and just say, hey, pre-talk into the Arnold Classic, because it's already been 22 minutes. But I just wanted to shed light on it, man. The Arnold Classic has been amazing. It's been a great show. It's been fun to watch. I think it's really stepping up a game to the Olympia. And the Olympia is the production itself is, I guess, great for the fans who there. But we all know the live stream wasn't that best. If they had Gilco Productions, which they could, I think it'd be 10 times better. Shots out to, like I said, Gilco Productions. I just think they need to invest in their crew, their production crew, stuff like that, and have it for all the league. Yeah, it's gonna be more expensive, but it's a whole lot more that they'll go for the brand. They'll help these athletes. It'll help longevity if that's what they want to do, grow the sport and stuff like that. I think he'll even bring in the mainstream media, because I know production. These athletes look amazing on their production. On the live stream and other, you know, things that wasn't with, like I said, Gilco Productions, it looked okay. You can't see how great everybody looks. I put it like that. But the back scene, just watch this video, Arnold Classic, and tell me what you think. Did y'all enjoy it? Now look back to the Olympia, any other show you done seen that didn't have their production crew, the value of it, the way you see the back scene images of the athletes, what's going on. But the Arnold Classic, like I say, is the top show in my eyes for fitness, sports, health, because it's a big team. It's not, yeah, it's about mainly, we watch it for the bodybuilding aspect, but you got powerlifting, you got other events, you got thousands of people coming out to enjoy. So it's a whole teamwork, network, that you get that family feel, which I think all of us really need and looking for. So like I say, shouts out to Arnold, man. Shouts out to Gilco Productions. Shouts out to Buys and Tries. Y'all support bodybuilding, support health, support fitness, and just let's stick together on this journey. Hey, it's your boy Cutting This Video. This is a 2023 rant, prerequisite to this Arnold Classic. Watch the Arnold Classic review, I guess you can say, after the show, because I try to wait, let everybody do their videos, because I'm gonna be using the Gilco Production, some of their videos talking about this show and breaking it down, what I seen, what my thoughts is, and just shouts out to these amazing athletes, their families, for traveling with them, prepping with them, sticking with them while they angry, hangry, tired, unmotivated, keeping them pushing. Shouts out to Sampson those for stepping up, man, winning your first show. Congratulations to him and his wife. Sean Carita for the 212 Giant Killer for stepping up. Congratulations on your birth of your daughter, your wife. Keep pushing. You showed up, you showed out. You looked amazing. Shouts out to all these top competitors. Big Ramy, hey, you're not done. Keep pushing through. Keep doing what you got to do, man. All these athletes who showed up for this show, because we want to see bodybuilding. We don't want to see you sitting home, all this and that. So I commend all these guys. I know a couple guys getting ready for a long break. You're saying your body's looking tired, stuff like that. But I still commend you for even showing up to do what you love, because you could have sat at home. If your health is not in danger physically and you don't check your markers and stuff like that, hey, maybe you didn't look your best at this show. Maybe you didn't look your best at the Olympia, but we still appreciate you taking the time out to step on stage when other people didn't and did not compete. So for fans watching you step on the stage, we commend you, we thank you. Keep up the great work. If you need a break, take a break from social media criticism and just go back to the board of thinking why you wanted to compete in a way. What was your goals? Focus on that. Get your body back healthy and come back with a vengeance. So I just want to say we appreciate you taking the time out, man, to do it. Shouts out, like I say, the Arnold Classic. Hey, it's your boy, Cutting 50. Thanks for tuning in to the Future Bodybuilding Podcast. This is Ben Grant. I'm out here getting these steps in. I don't know how many miles I done did yet, but we finna wrap it up. Get a little workout in. Hey, y'all stay tuned. 30 Day Fit Challenge is coming, and we working. We out. It's time for a change. Are you ready to lose weight, make money, and stay motivated? Well, that time is now. How it works is, you put $50 in the pot. You lose 4% of your body weight in the next 30 days. You get to split the money in the pot. It's that simple. If not, better luck next month. Check out my group at cuttingseason.com and let's invest in our health. Our time is now.